What's one of the best locations to find a mature buck on a scrape in daylight? We asked Ryan Glitsky, and he shares this specific setup where he has found the most success in the middle of October on scrapes for chasing mature bucks. Here we go.
So doing this or going through that process, it seems like several years over now. Is there anything that you've picked up on, like from the on the camera end, that people would find surprising or interesting?
If you read too many magazines, you watch too many celebrity TV shows, and I fell into this trap. I'm a rut hunter, pre-rut, last week of October into November. What I've picked up over the last 2 or 3 years with the cameras is surprised how many big mature bucks daylight early to mid-October. It is insane. There's some guys like Jake Bush, some other guys have mastered that, and I see this on these big scrapes, basically right off the bedding. They're up on their feet. I'm talking an hour plus before dark. These bucks are like nothing. I cannot believe the information I've gained over the last couple of years, and I plan on utilizing it this upcoming year now, because me and my dad here, we go out, we hunt, October, just kind of whatever, maybe kill doe. You're not really putting anything into it really. Now I'm learning you hunt hard in October in these areas, you can consistently kill big bucks. I'm really surprised at daylight activity I have on scrapes. Really.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And those are those marquee community scrapes.
Yeah, and this year, like the first week of October, 2nd, 3rd, I had a couple big bucks, but days that stood out, October 13th, 16th, 19th, and I think the 21st. The 16th especially had multiple big bucks on scrapes. Looking at weather, there was some like normal to upper temperatures and some cold front come in that had them up and moving. Some didn't. Some were just warm and they were doing daylighting. Yeah. I'd have them for a couple weeks, but I noticed a lot around the cold fronts. They were hitting them scrapes pretty good. Yeah, it was really interesting to see.
So what's your strategy look like to set up on one of those, knowing you're going into this, that some of those spots can't produce early?
Yeah, I mean, it's you guys are trail cam guys. Cell cams can be deadly in the right hands.
Yeah.
I mean, in that situation, you have a cell cam on a big scrape, and because they're very patternable, what I'm noticing, you wait for that front. In the right conditions, you could
high probability.
Yeah, I think your odds is definitely with the cell cam. Guys will waffle back and forth. To me, you still got to put your homework in. That's how I look at it. You still got to do your work. Technology is helping you a little bit, but you still got to do your homework to find them areas and stuff like that with that.
So when you set up on something like that, let's say this is the scrape, it's a north wind. Are you setting up 40 yards downwind of that? It depends on the tree.
I'm shooting 15, 20 yards at scrape. You know what I mean? I mean, the wind's going to be in my advantage with thermals and stuff like that. Yeah. But from what I'm seeing on video mode, I run 30-second video mode, and I literally see them walking into it, when it kicks off. So they're coming right to the scrape.
Yeah.
So I'd want to be right there for chip shot.
How important is it running video on scrapes to know that if you ran pictures?
Oh, I tell you what, how I run my cameras, I run a 20-second delay, 30-second video on everything. Every camera runs that, and you'd be surprised. I'll get 4 or 5 clips of a big buck just working that scrape instead of just getting one. If you have too long of a minute 2 delay, you maybe get 1 or 2 videos. Like I run that short span there, and I get nothing to get 4, 5, 6 videos of him working at. Or it kicks off the doe or whatever, you know what I mean, or something. Or he just outside of frame. Yep. I've had that. And then the next one, here he's coming in. He was messing around a little bit. The camera went off. I've seen that quite a few times.
I couldn't agree more. That's what I run all the lift twos on.
Yeah,
long
learn.
videos.
I tell you what, last couple of years I've been just strictly video, and you learn so much by that buck's demeanor. You can kind of pick up where he's doing. You starting to put all those pieces together.
How does he act?
Yeah. Like we all get in there and look at what wind to use, stuff like that. Now, when it comes to that, a lot of guys, wind in his face. I see it all. I've seen it all. I've seen it coming up his tail, coming up his nose, come side wind. You see a lot of the side stuff. I've seen him crosswind. I do see a lot of them doing that. But you learn a lot with video mode.
How many you run on video?
Not enough. Not very many.
Yeah.
One of the challenges that I have is those long-term sets. Like there might be. That camera might be sitting there for 12 plus months.
Yeah.
Depending on what kind of camera it is, like SD card wise, what the deer density is.
Yeah.
To me, I would rather have it in photo mode and know that camera is going to run for 12 plus months versus having a card full, because there's times where I don't know when I'm going to go down.
Yeah, I'll give you guys a plug. I've been running your cameras for a couple of years, and I tell you, at Lift 2, I put lithium in. I run a 32 gig card. I've never had an issue.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, when they're on a scrape, because you're not. Like I may average, even if I'm letting it soak for 6 months, 8 months, the peak of it's going to be through the
October, November.
You know what I mean? I mean, I get a lot of summer activity on them.
Yeah.
But, I start putting out in July. I don't pull that camera till, like I've had down, when I've been in Ohio, I stick that camera out in July. I don't get back down there till March, April. I may have 300 videos, 400 videos, but there's plenty of room on that card.
Right.
You know, I've never had an issue. The batteries, lithium, are
Yeah.
still fine.
Yeah, I think you can get away with it in the lower deer density
Yeah,
areas.
yeah. Now, like I said, when you start getting something on, maybe guys are running on bait, power, mineral.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to, it's going to burn it up pretty
Clover,
quick.
alfalfa, like a food
It's
source
hard
they
on a
hit every
scrape from
single
my
day,
years of doing it.
Yeah.
It's hard to on a scrape to really burn up that card and the batteries, I think.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
In reality, too, like I said, those summer. Let me ask you this: so, on those community scrapes, those bucks that hit them in the summer, are those deer in there and you're hunting them, or are they shifting, or what trends do you see?
In the big woods, I'd say majority of them bucks stick around. Now, when I'm in like the farm country, hill country type split, river bottom stuff I hunt, I usually don't pick up the big bucks till pre-rut in those areas because of pressure.
So what's the pre-rut dates for you in that area? Like October, like those 16, 17?
Yeah, you start getting in your 20s. October 20 on, starts to heat up. You start seeing the signs, stuff like that. Big woods or the farm countries, it's fairly same. You know what I mean? But in the big woods, I noticed those bucks, they do travel a good bit, but I get them on the cameras through summer, through the whole way through in the winter. I still get them. So I notice they're compared to the farm country.
Okay.
So